Viral Gang. We back at y'all with another one. As always, it's your host that do the most, Mr. Viral himself, aka the villain, because they hate me for my opinion. Just got back, fresh off the ATV ride around the African terrain. We went, saw some hippos, we saw some lions, some gazelles, some zebras, giraffes. We saw a lot of different animals floating around on the ATVs. I think even cooler than seeing the lions, because they kept them behind the cage. We saw hippos out in the wild, and as you know, hippos kill more humans in Africa a year per year than I believe any other animal. Well, definitely more than lions. So hippos unalive more people than lions, and it was crazy because as we parked up on the road, the hippos was across the. It was like a little pond or a little mini lake or lagoon, whatever you want to call it. They was on the other side. They seen us, ran in the water, went under the water, and as they under the water, we like, damn, where they go? They pop back up halfway through the little lagoon, lake, whatever you want to call it. They went back down, and when he popped back up, it was a little bit closer, almost on the land where we was. So we like, oh man, we gotta get the fuck up out of here, man. They trying to sneak attack, and you know they fast too. They swim hella fast, but how you know where they at? You follow the air bubbles. When they go in the water, you see the air. Here, the Wi-Fi out here, it been kind of choppy, man. We gonna let them know when we leave our reviews and when we talk to the management because we checking out today and we flying out to Cape Town. So I'll be in Cape Town tonight watching the African Super Bowl. As you know, it's the World Cup, I believe, and Senegal, South Africa, they're playing Mexico City. So it's huge. It's huge. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna have some dinner. They got this nice fly ass custom seafood restaurant. You pick out the fish you want. They go catch that muff and bring it back in, cook it how you want it. You feel me? So we're gonna go there and then we're gonna try to find a bar that's cool and safe where we can watch the game. Because you know, Cape Town gets a lot of bad rap about how dangerous it is. So a lot of people think Cape Town is super dangerous, but my African chauffeurs here told me, nah, it's cool. So we're gonna go see how true that is. 42 p.m. African time. Open up, get it together. I don't, this probably a fall for my East Coast people. They up right now. My people in the UK, they might be up right now. People on this side of the world, they definitely up. My Cali folks, y'all probably catch this live as by the time I'm in Cape Town, y'all will be watching this live. Cause then y'all will be up. You feel me? But just know we'll be back in the studio soon. We got a lot of topics to cover. It's crazy and ironic that as soon as I get on the flight and land in Africa, everything that we need to cover is going on in the world. But I definitely needed this recharge and this mental reset because I got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life that I ain't even talked about on camera yet. Me and bro. So just know we working though. Shout out to Gunna 847. Good looking for the love. Good looking for the support, bro. I appreciate you. You said, bro, y'all have the best podcast on the net. Shout out to Messiah, too. Definitely shout out to Messiah. He was just up like 2 a.m. I was texting him, and he was responding back. I tried to get him to join the live, but he must have fell asleep. Philly in the building. Shout out to Philly, man. Yes, I'm definitely in South Africa. It was a unique experience. And now I'm ready to hit all 54 countries of Africa, bro. You know, it's 54 sovereign countries, and I believe it's 55 total, but 54 for certain. And I'm ready to hit all of them. I got I'm in South Africa, obviously, Cape Town, and where I'm at now, got them out the way. I'm ready to hit Kenya. I'm ready to hit Ghana. I'm ready to hit every spot in Africa, bro. The terrain, the environment, the switching of the background, literally from here, the drive from here to the drive to God's window. You see that big ass mountain back there? We was up on top of that big ass mountain. I don't know if y'all can see if the camera can pick it up or not, but we was up on top of that gigantic mountain. It's called God's window, and it was crazy just to see the entire South African terrain from up there in the clouds. It give you a different view of life. Even being out here, even being away from civilization is crazy. Rose, shut the hell up talking about you see a lion. The lions fuck with me. The lions, they fuck with my energy. You feel me? So yeah, I just wanted to tap in and give y'all a little view. You feel me? The day in the life of himself. I wasn't expecting nobody to really be up because we 9 hours ahead of where I'm from, but y'all will see this on the wake up. I definitely want to talk about the Karmelo Anthony case and how they railroaded Karmelo Anthony. I definitely wanted to talk about the Mr. Chow case, how they let him get away with the murder of that 17-year-old teenager who was running away from him running for his life over a fucking water bottle that they said he stole, but he didn't steal. So what it looks like to me is they're setting up the world for race riots. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know if y'all notice, but my entire algorithm is starting to show white people attack black people. They're showing Asian people attacking black people. The same way they had the Stop Asian Hate thing going on and blah, blah, blah. Then they had the videos showing the Jews getting attacked. Now the algorithm has switched to them trying to provoke us to go out here and start going crazy on everybody. And some will say rightfully so. We already knew the court system was against us. We knew that from day one. So everybody's outraged and shocked that Karmelo lost that case. I knew the second they changed that jury, he was losing the case. The facts of the case show he should have won that case. They keep saying, oh, he was in a tent he wasn't supposed to be in. It's high school. It's no such thing as a tent you shouldn't be in. When you at these track meets, when you at these sports games, and you're in high school, you're walking around and floating around everywhere. You in your tent, you in the other school tent. Track meets, it'd be like 5 different schools at these track events. You be at all the tents, trying to holler at the females from the other school, hollering at your friends that you know from the other school, or just talking shit to the other school. Nevertheless, that's not out of the ordinary. But in this case, it was stated that he was invited there. So he was at a tent he was supposed to be at. 2, the Metcalf brothers are on record as bullies. They twice his size. They done whooped their own daddy ass, broke their own daddy arm, and on record at school they bullies too. And it's Texas, so you know they on some racist shit, period. I just find it funny and ironic that he is charged with murder and not self-defense, but the white boy who crossed state lines with an AR-15 and unalived like 3 different people, he got off on self-defense. Crazy. And there's other cases in the same state, the same county that Karmelo Anthony was found guilty of, where a white counterpart did something similar or worse, and they were basically given a slap on the wrist. Now, I know all y'all have done y'all research, and if you have not, tune in for when I'm back in the studio. I'm going to tell you all about those cases and break them down. But we know what this is, bro. He was black. He was getting railroaded, period. I'm more mad at the people on the jury who told the judge and the courts that they couldn't call a case fairly because they felt like either he was innocent or he was too young to go to prison. I even seen that some of the people on the jury said that they were biased and they couldn't call the case fair. Why would you say that? Why not just go in there and be biased? Because they was obviously biased. They didn't care about the facts. They knew they was gonna call him guilty the second they got on that motherfucking jury. The second I seen that all white, old, redneck jury, I knew it was over with. Then you find out that Metcalf's father is friends with the judge and the DA, allegedly, but they saying it's facts. That should let you know right there. Anybody who's ever been to jail, prison, like myself, you already know the judges, the DAs, the attorney, they all friends behind the scene. Even your attorney. I don't care if you go hire a private attorney. They're friends, and the DAs, they all go have lunch together when they deliberating, and you sitting in court and they break for lunch. They all go to lunch together, bro. And they swap people out. The lawyer will say, hey, I gave you 2 inmates. I gave you 2 wins last month. This is a big case for me. I need you to let me win. And the DA will let him win. Or the DA will say, hey, man, this is the case of my life. I gave you the last 3. You got to take an L on this one. And your lawyer will railroad you. This goes on in real life. They swap niggas out. It's like Vegas. What's the odds today? So we already know what's going on. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Protesting ain't doing nothing. Crying on the internet ain't doing nothing. Stating the obvious of how unjust the American justice system is towards black people ain't doing nothing. All of that we already know. The attention is already there. What actions are we going to take as people? Or are we just going to keep being the world's doormat? The ball is in our court. Because at the end of the day, these agencies, they take away the humility, the humanity aspect of a judge is a person, a DA is a person, a bailiff is a person, jury are people. The court system is run by people. What gives these people who was born in the same world you were born in without being asked to be born power over you and the ability to make their word law, even when evidence shows that, hey, I'm within the rights of the so-called law that we all agree to as a society? Because that's the only reason courts even exist. We agree to follow the law. We agree that what's in them law books, okay, that's what society should follow. But when they show us they're going outside of that agreement, when are we going to go outside of the agreement and get our own justice? Why do we still have people innocently locked in prison and we know they're innocent? Why are we allowing them to keep them there? Why do we have people on death row being executed when evidence shows they were innocent and the courts knew they were innocent and executed them anyway? We as people are allowing other people to do this to our people. So I'm not going to get on here screaming, yelling, going crazy. We got to really sit down as people and have a real talk. What the fuck are we doing out here? I'm in South Africa right now. I believe the white population is like 7%, but look up the ownership population of how much they own out here. That makes no sense. And this goes on all around the world. So my question to black community, what the fuck are we going to do about it? Actions, not words, actions. See, it starts with the thought turns into words, and those words are supposed to turn into actions. And it has to be actions so severe that they are afraid to fuck us over again. I told y'all since I started this podcast, I don't care for marching. All that's, to me, that is equivalent of a bunch of adults throwing a tantrum, and then the law puts up a perimeter of which areas you cannot go march in, and you cry and yell and hold signs in that perimeter until you're tired and you go home and nothing changes. The law is the same. We still got fucked over. The life was still lost. Same way when your infant gets mad and throws a tantrum, say, man, take your ass in the room, cry yourself to sleep. And you make sure they stay in that room and they can scream all day till they tired. That's what they do to us when we marching and shit and protesting. So the protesting gets the attention, but what do you do with the attention? That's the key that we're missing. That's the piece we missing. So if we can look at this court in Texas and go, hey, man, a white boy did this, a white man did this, a white woman did this. In the same courtroom, you're saying Karmelo Anthony is guilty of doing this. They did the same, equal, or worse, and they were innocent. We ain't going for it. If they ain't in prison, he ain't in prison. Period. And even if they was in prison, he still is innocent within the realms of the law we agreed to. So we ain't going for it, period. What y'all want to do? So we don't want justice as bad as we say we do. They're ready to take your life, or worse, your family's life, over enforcing their justice. They're ready to take your life and your family's life and whoever life is with you to enforce their justice. What are you willing to do to enforce your justice or to right your injustices? Chow, we know he's guilty. Period. If somebody breaks in your home right now, they walking out with your TV, you pull a firearm, they run out the front door. If you chase them and they end up unalive, you shoot them, you're going to jail for murder, bro. They're going to say that person did not pose you a threat. They were fleeing. They were running away. They were not running towards you, so your life was not in danger. So why does that not apply? Over a bottle of water? He didn't attack anybody. He didn't go in there and pull a gun out. He didn't threaten their life, nothing. They did the same shit they've been doing since the beginning of time. Hurry up and buy, hurry up and buy, hurry up and buy. Following you around the store, acting like they fixing the shelf, trying to see if you're going to steal from their little raggedy ass market. He didn't steal. He left. He ran away. He was not a threat. How they saw all of that evidence and let this dude off the hook, we know what time it is. We know what's going on. It's chess. They use other races as chess pieces to enforce their supremacy, because without those other races enforcing that, they ain't strong enough to enforce it by themselves. So they get in the mind of everybody else to adapt that supremacist mindset and to align with them against us. That's why everybody tells y'all we have no allies. The black man has zero allies other than other like-minded black men. That's it. That's all. Period. We may got people that fuck with us, people we invite to the barbecue, but when it comes down to it, they can't understand our struggle because they don't live it. They can try to sympathize, but until you actually got to live it in this skin, not vicariously, actually in this skin, living it, you'll never understand. I don't care how much you study and try to empathize and sympathize. It's impossible. Rick Chow, I can't even say what should happen to him because of YouTube guidelines. But if you get my drift, you get my drift. They let him free, but that don't mean justice has to go unserved. Y'all take from that what y'all may. They didn't want to give us justice the right way, quote unquote, through the court system, but justice still needs to be served. Take from that what you may. I'm just tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of hearing us crying and not doing nothing. How many cases they got to show us they don't give a fuck about us and we ain't getting justice there? That's why niggas don't call the police. It ain't even always because black people think, oh, that's snitching. Most black people are law-abiding, hard-working citizens, and they still don't trust the police enough to call them for justice. They rather call a cousin or their uncle or their brother that's in the streets, because at least the street niggas gonna try to give some type of justice that the courts ain't. And this is a fact. It's blatant, bro. You got Zimmerman. They let him off. I mean, really go down. See, I can't wait to get back in the studio because really over at least I'm going to say the last 5 years, break down how many black kids are being unalive at the hands of adults of another race. Really think about it. We can go back further than 5 years. Started from Tamir Rice, 12 years old. Police pull up to the scene. Tamir, 12, playing with a toy by himself, chilling. You telling me with under 30 seconds, police pull up and gun down a 12-year-old? This was maliciously done purposely. See, when colonizers used to colonize and invade other territories, you know the first things they did? They used to unalive all of the fighting age males. So from about 12 on up, if you were strong enough to fight in that place's military, they was taking your life. They was getting you out of there because you was the first and last line of defense. So once they killed all the soldiers, you know what they did? They pillaged the village and then they took all the women. So what does it look like is going on with us if every time we wake up, a black kid is being unalived or a young black man is being unalived? It looks like they're eliminating all of our fighting age males to leave us defenseless. That's not even accounting abortions, which we have about 20 million since the inception of abortion. We've been taking out our own fighting age males that can defend our communities. Look how deep in the twist they got us. Gang banging. We taking out all of the strongest, toughest, hardest black males we got. Human hunting each other. So they don't even got to do nothing. They just sit back. Abortion. We getting rid of ourselves before we even is born into the world. On top of they turn the women against us with feminism and giving them corporate jobs, giving them money, which makes them feel like they don't got to listen to niggas. They don't got to listen to the black man no more. So now the women is against the black man. Then the women program the kids to grow up and be against the black man. And then the black man got to go outside and fight the self-hating black man, on top of having to fight the racist whites, Hispanics, Asians, Cambodian, Indian. I mean, you name it. Damn near every race on earth is programmed to go against the black man. So the black man has no allies. I'm in Africa right now, the blackest continent in the world where mankind started. You know how many tribes are here that's killing each other? Same shit going on, tribalism. 54 countries in Africa. Guess how many tribes? And almost none of them get along. Come on, man. Niggas gotta wake their game up. Niggas gotta wake their game up before it's too late, for it's game over. Because eventually it's gonna get to a point where if we don't wake up, it's game over. Shit like this can't keep going on. I just seen a news clip today. Matter of fact, Messiah sent it to me, but I had seen it, and it's ironic he sent it to me because it landed on his algorithm, where a white man with an AR-16 ran up and shot at black people. I don't know how many he unalived or shot, yelling some racist shit. So we are under full-blown physical attack. We were already under mental attack. We were already under medical attack, chemical attack. Now we just outright physical violent attacks. Not even just by police, just by random fucking people. And we ain't gonna do nothing about it? Come on, man. Something gotta change. So like I said, I'll be back in the studio soon. We gotta talk. Top of the top to everybody that's joining. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Hit the share button. Hit the subscribe button. And black men and black women, if this don't show y'all nothing in the world, this fake little gender war beef, that shit gotta stop. Because we all we got. Black men, this should show y'all we all we got. Niggas gotta really wake their game up. Because we ain't got no allies. The cookout for me is closed. Stop inviting motherfuckers to the cookout. Ain't no cookout. And that's crazy. Gunner 847. How ironic. He shot up a black cookout. You know, that's a message. That is called subliminal messaging. Black people are quick to invite outsiders to the cookout. All you got to do is know how to dance to a black song, do the electric slide, do the nay-nay, pop lock, crip walk. Oh, you're invited to the barbecue. All you got to do is know how to sing a rap song or R&B song word for word, and you're invited to the barbecue. Put on some Jordans, some stacked jeans, a rhinestone shirt, and you're invited to the barbecue. And it takes nothing to get invited to black people barbecues? Nothing. You don't have to prove nothing. You don't got to prove loyalty. You don't got to prove you love black people. Nothing. And you invited. And he took his AR-16 and shot up the cookout. It's a message in that. Yeah. There's a message in that. They shooting up the cookouts. They shooting up the churches. They shooting up the schools. Where they shooting up the movie theaters. Wherever you black at, because you black everywhere in the world, they're letting you know you are a target and it's not safe. They shooting up your neighborhoods. Black people going to work, being law-abiding citizens, not breaking the laws like they say we should do. Make enough money to move to an affluent neighborhood, and the first thing they do is come knock on your door and say, "Hey, who house is this? Why you in somebody else's house? You don't live here. How can you afford this house?" First thing they want to do is get you out of the fucking neighborhood. You do everything they tell you to do. Follow the law, go to school, get a job. You do all of that, and you still treat it like a criminal. Come on, gang. Y'all better wake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And then they got niggas so brainwashed. The one true powerful allies we can have on this continent, which Africans, y'all got to get it together too. All this tribal war shit y'all got going on, and then y'all letting these fucking white people come out here and take over everything. Y'all got to get that shit together. But that's another topic for another story. Imagine if we was locked in from the continent all the way back to the States, from the islands all the way back to the States. Imagine when some shit like Rick Chow happened. You know it's Asian businesses owners out here, right? You know it's Asian people that live out here. Imagine some shit like the Rick Chow case happened, and he get off, and then the Asians here got to feel it. Oh yeah, shit gonna change. Should have changed real fast. Hold on, y'all did what to our brothers and sisters out there? Oh yeah, the Asians that live here, y'all finna feel it till y'all get y'all people together. Oh, should have changed real fast. But until it's consequences for the actions will not stop. And that's just an unfortunate fact. It's just a fact. It ain't even unfortunate. It's a fact. Until there are real life severe consequences, those actions ain't gonna stop. The transgressions on black people is not gonna stop. So what do y'all want to do? Because regardless of the image that we paint, whether it's good or bad, they blanket you as bad. It don't even matter. You can be the top scholar. They won't even believe your knowledge. They won't even identify your facts unless it comes from their people. They'll say you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Even though language, art, science, math, dance, martial arts, I mean, shit, everything under the sun started here, where I'm at now. And every other land, person, place, or thing adopted it and learned from here. They discredit that and just act like we just the bottom of the barrel. So y'all got to stop believing that shit. But yeah, hit the like button, man. I know it's early. I know, it might be a little too serious for some. Some people might be coming to hear my take about Drake and Jay-Z, but it's a lot of real shit going on in the world, bro. Don't worry. We're going to cover some music too. I'm going to cover the music. We'll cover the music. We'll cover what's going on with the Knicks. Shout out to New York too, man. I love to see it because New York is slowly being gentrified. And I said, man, the one thing that can help save New York and give New York that New York vibe and feel back is if the Knicks win. If the Knicks win, New York is lit. So I said I want the Knicks to win. I said shout out to Spike Lee. I ain't seen Spike Lee being able to celebrate since I've been alive. So if LA ain't gonna win it, man, who better than New York to win it? Them are long lost, distant East Coast cousins. So shout out to New York. I definitely want to see New York get the chip because it's finna be lit. They finna be out there pop smoking and yeah, they finna be out there lit. Turn. I'm here for it. I'm ready to catch a flight to New York and party with them niggas. That's just straight up. I didn't get to see the game, but I think they up 3-1. Are they up 3-1 or are they up 3-2? I'm not sure. I haven't even been keeping up. I just know they've been winning. And I know the one time Donald Trump showed up at the game, they lost. Go figure. But shout out to New York, man. Y'all deserve it. Definitely. Who y'all want to win though? Y'all been keeping up? Cause I went to New York, man. It was a little gentrified. I did go to the hood. I went to the projects, all that. I went to go see my people, the homies, all that. But I want that New York feel, the five boroughs, nigga. Queens, Bronx, Manhattan, Harlem, Brooklyn, like New York. I need that feel back. I need that 2 a.m. We going to get the chopped cheese, the bodega. We going to the bodega for the chopped cheese. You feel me? I need that New York feel. But yeah, man, y'all see the view? Just enjoy the view. Just enjoy the view. You feel me? Just enjoy the view. Yeah. It's only one way, man. That's the viral way. We headed to the airport. We headed to Cape Town. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. You feel me? And if you already beat me there, greet me there when I land. Shout out to everybody, man. Viral way. Share the video, like the video, hype the video. Keep us in the algorithm, man. We'll be back in the studio soon. Viral way or no way. Bang!